So I'm making a video right now because this is what I like to do. I like to fool around on social media to unwind myself. So I'm gonna have a beer, I'm gonna sit back, and I'm gonna enjoy some social media mumbo jumbo. Okay, number one, don't drink. Drinking is bad for you. It is not a good habit. Number two, if you do drink, drink responsibly. Don't drive or anything like that. All right, so that's out in the air. Okay, so what do I want to talk about? First of all, had a heck of a day. It was like bam, 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 bam. Everything that could go wrong just kept going wrong. All these crazy things. It was just bonkers. But I don't want to focus on that because I like to focus on positive things. So let's worry about stuff that is positive. And I don't even know if it's positive or not. One thing that just came into my mind recently is how many people always compare me to other people. So one thing I've been getting a lot lately is people have been comparing me to President Obama, okay? I'm not making this up. I've gotten that at least half a dozen times over the past little while. And I don't know, I don't mind. Like, frankly, I think President Obama is a very good president and a smart guy. Whatever. I'm Canadian, so it doesn't really matter what I think about President Obama. But yeah, I think he's a good president. And yeah, I don't really mind that comparison. The real issue is I don't think I'm anything like President Obama. Like, look at me. Do I look even remotely like President Obama? Do I sound like President Obama? Like, I don't see where they're getting it from, but I'll take it. Another thing I used to get a lot, it hasn't happened much recently, but in the past I used to get a lot people comparing me to Denzel Washington. I'll take that any day of the week. They're always like, yeah, you're like Denzel Washington. You sound like Denzel Washington. You look like Denzel Washington. I don't mind that because Denzel Washington's a very talented actor and he's like a heartthrob and all that good stuff. So sure, okay, fine. I'll take that comparison as well. Another comparison I used to get when I was younger, not so much these days, I've really developed and grown a lot, but when I was younger I used to be skinny and have glasses and stuff like that. People used to always call me Urkel. They said I look like Urkel. And like at the time, I didn't really like that too much. It wasn't the end of the world, but it wasn't my favorite. But it was kind of true. I have glasses, I was really skinny. I've never been like the cool guy. Like people like me generally. Like I'm a likable guy, but I'm not cool, I'm kind of nerdy, I admit it. So the Urkel thing doesn't bother me too much. But one thing that always used to really bother me was being called Carlton. I don't know if you guys know who Carlton is. Yeah, you know, like, especially on social media, now it's like 90s baby. So like, people probably won't even know who Urkel is. Google it if you don't. And also Carlton, he's from Fresh Prince. I never really liked that one because like Carlton, I don't know, I don't necessarily want to be compared to that character. But whatever, you know, I got that a lot, especially in university. And what also I got a lot in university was being called white. Everyone's like, you act white, or you sound white, and you do this white, and you do that white. Why? Because I enunciate my words, and I happen to be capable of doing math and like stringing together complex sentences and stuff like that. That's what makes me white. I can handle hard ideas and do tricky stuff. No. See, your vision of what a black man is just wrong. That's what it boils down to. Just because someone is smart doesn't mean they're white. There's a big difference between intelligence and race. And it's not that necessarily the insult bothers me. I don't care. People insult me, call me Urkel and whatever, I'll take it. But when people call me white, that bothers me, not necessarily for me, but for my whole race. Insinuating that somehow black people have to act a certain way or have to be, you know, if you're not dressed a certain way and you don't, you know, you're not thugged out or whatever, you're white. That is rubbish, okay? There are tons of white people who are like, you know, Eminem or whatever, and tons of black people who are smart and who read a lot for fun and who are good at complex theoretical mathematics, you know? And I was in economics, so that's what I did in university. So people, like, I had a lot of really hard courses and stuff that was tricky, and I was good at it, and I would be able to, like, solve stuff, and I was smarter than, like, some, like, Asian dudes every now and then. Not very often, but some, you know what I mean? Like, and then people go, oh, you're so white. Why? Because I figured this out, you didn't? No, I'm not white, I'm obviously black. You're just dumb. Get over it and move on with your life. Anyway, so I'm just throwing that out in the ether. I just want people to know what I get compared to a lot and how I don't really like that stuff. Some of it I don't like, some of it I do like. And it's just, I don't know, I guess if there's supposed to be a moral to this story, I don't know, think about what you call people, I guess. Beats me. Anyway, I feel a little bit better. I like using social media. I like expressing myself and being creative and different and throwing weird stuff out into the universe, and that's what I've just done. So, another message brought to you by George. Peace. Have a nice night.